Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to welcome you all to Kristen White, who's here to share her expertise on Partner Co's amazing product called MOA. Yes, you heard that correct. MOA. Let's give her a warm welcome. All right, Kristen, take it away.
Right. So I have a PowerPoint planned for us today. So if you give me just a second, I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully it all works well and you can see it. Confirm. So this is MOA, and if you've not been introduced to it yet, it is a little pouch. As you can see, this is my face drinking it. It is the most convenient way to get your foods, your superfoods. It is a 1.7 liquid superfood pouch. And I want to tell you why I think it is a perfect way to get superfoods. One is because it's convenient. You can put them in your gym bag, you can put them in your purse, you can put them in your refrigerator. They don't have to be cold. Some people just like them cold. You can take them anywhere. So it's very convenient to have them in your car, anywhere, diaper bags if you're a mom, like they can go on the go. But my favorite part about it is the way it is preserved. It is a natural preservative. There are no synthetics in this. So you can see when I first started drinking this, it was in a big jug, which is in the top right corner. It did have to be put in the refrigerator. You pop the top, and in about 2 weeks, it was done because there was no synthetics, and it would lose its freshness. You had to keep it in the refrigerator. But then the company got really clever, and they're like, "We got to think of a way to keep it fresh, but we want to keep the shelf life good, but we're not going to compromise." The product. We want to make sure it's still a good product without any synthetics in it. So they came up with this patented thing called Natrix, and this is a way to keep the shelf life of it. Um, but it gives you good stuff too. So it is a natural preservative, but it gives you essential oils and it's slight fermentation. So we know fermented foods are good for us, and essential oils are good for us. So that is the way that it's going to preserve all the 36 superfoods in this little pouch through fermentation and essential oils. Okay, and so it's going to have a much longer shelf life in this little convenient 1.7 pouch, again, that you can take anywhere. And by the way, those little, when you rip them, they're literally like all over my gym floor because so many people use this product, and they're all over my house too. So um, that might be the only negative of the product is that I rip the seal and they go to the floor. It is a gluten-free product, so celiacs can use this, or gluten-intolerant people. It is low on the glycemic index. There are no artificial flavors. It does come with multiple seals of approval, but Informed Sport is one, and I like to put that some people with religious backgrounds can use this one too. So let's talk about what is actually in the product. Okay, so we talked about the 36 superfoods. Feel free to screenshot any of this. But this is the ingredient list, and this is some of the things that each of the ingredients do. But let's talk about 36 superfoods. What is a superfood? Superfood to me is kind of a fad word. Like it kind of gets tossed around. Oh, it's got it. This is a superfood, a superfood. It's kind of a marketing technique now. What is a superfood? It's really just a functional food. Well, what is a functional food? Well, a functional food is a really highly nutritious food with a really powerful health benefit. Okay. It's going to be a food that carries more vitamins and nutrients than maybe another food group. So it's going to be one that would help prevent disease, or give you prevent against a nutrient deficiency, maybe help with some promoting growth, cellular nutrition, development. And that's not just in kids. Like we still need cellular repair as adults. Elderly people, we need tissue turnover, we need cellular turnover. So all of those things are provided, especially in these foods, okay? And by the way, it's going to be really hard to eat all of these foods. Some of these foods you probably wouldn't even want to eat. How many times? Well, for one, you can't really eat a reishi mushroom. They're hard as a table. They're hard as bricks. So that's one that you're just going to have trouble eating anyways. So again, functional foods, as you can see the list on the bottom, help fulfill nutrient deficiencies. They can help with the risk of chronic disease, preventing disease, and helping promoting heart health. And I always like to put this one in because when people use this product, they say, I don't get hungry when I use this. Are you sure this isn't an appetite suppressant? And I'm like, no, it's not. But the reason why you feel full when you use these is because you're giving yourself so many micronutrients and you're giving yourself such cellular nutrients that you just don't get as hungry. Like there is a connection from the stomach to the brain. And when you're not getting those nutrients met, your stomach is like giving that signal saying, hey, I'm deficient here. I'm deficient here. I need to eat here. I need to eat here because like your body wants certain nutrients to thrive, to survive. And when you're not getting them, your body will send a signal to try to eat for them. So when you are giving them, even in that little pouch, you're not really getting that signal as much. So people will say, I just don't get as hungry right now. So it's not an appetite suppressant. You're just not going to get as hungry. So I love the fact that you do get all your cellular micronutrients met with this little pouch because there's such an array of nutrients being met. So again, superfoods or functional foods will also help with fighting oxidative stress. Many of the foods in here will carry super high amounts of antioxidants, which again help fighting free radicals, which will fight oxidative stress, right? So we know we are keeping our antioxidant level high, which again will help, keep that oxidative stress low. Immune system support, lots of vitamin C in here, lots of vitamin E in here. So we're help promoting our immune system to fight viruses, bacteria, or pathogens. But I'm going to talk a little bit more about the immune system support, not just with fighting the colds maybe or the flu. We're going to talk about even keeping the immune system support in check if you have an overactive immune system coming up. We talked about the micronutrients, the cellular nutrients. And then I always like to point out we don't heal, treat, cure, diagnose anything when we're talking about a specific product, right? Because that can get you in trouble with the FDA. But we can talk about ingredients. Like specific ingredients do help with certain things. They are anti-inflammatory. Certain ingredients can help fight inflammation. So no, I can't get on Facebook and say MOA anymore. I always say, I used to really get on and say, MOA helped my inflammation. But I can say certain ingredients do help the inflammation. So there are certain ingredients in MOA that you can look up that absolutely help fight inflammation. This is a fact. It's all over the web. It's all over PubMed. Acerola cherry is a natural anti-inflammatory. Look at the ingredient list. It's in there. Turmeric or curcuma root is absolutely a natural anti-inflammatory. It is in our pouch. The goji berry, it is a natural anti-inflammatory. Black currant is a natural anti-inflammatory. All 6 mushrooms are natural anti-inflammatories. The ingredients inside the pouch are natural anti-inflammatories. So if you get clever in the way you word it, that's how you have to go about using the wordplay, because it's the ingredients inside the product. We just can't say the product does it. Okay, so be mindful of that. I am going to roll into my favorite part of the product, which is the mushrooms. And I found this statistic interesting, that the global medicinal mushroom market in 2021 was a $26 billion industry. Just the mushroom market. I mean, that's not the supplement industry. That is people who know the benefits of just mushrooms. That's huge. Like, that makes me realize like how beneficial, like just using the buzzwords of just the mushrooms and the product could be. Like, and I know they're powerful. Like the mushrooms are super powerful, but that statistic really sprung to me. I just learned that over the weekend. So I wanted to put that out to y'all, that This is a gold mine product, and people really are learning about it. So, and the benefits of mushrooms. So let's talk about just the mushrooms and what they are, if you're not familiar. So mushrooms are a fungus. They actually eat other things. They're antioxidants, super anti-inflammatory. They're adaptogens, and they are immunomodulating. So that's why we're going to talk about the immune system. They do help overactive immune system. So whether you have allergies, you have autoimmune issues, or you need that boost, you need help fighting, that is where the mushrooms come in. They actually help the overactive immune system say, you need to calm down, you need to chill out, which is why people who have autoimmune issues may benefit from using the product, just because they'll say you cool it a little bit. Or if you have an allergy, it says chill out, like the histamines can come down. Or maybe you do need the boost. You need to be, help with the fight of the flu, the fight of the cold. It does help fight some of the pathogens. So let's break down the actual mushrooms in the pouch. One is the lion's mane. This one looks kind of like the beard of a lion, and it can actually, and by the way, this is all things I found on PubMed, um, Healthline. You can look all of these things up. This isn't just, random stuff, but lion's mane can help stimulate growth of new brain cells. This is one that is actually good for the brain with depression, anxiety. And you're going to notice that almost every single one of the mushrooms is good for the stomach. So that is why MOA typically will help people with their digestion as well. So if someone comes to me and says, what's good for my stomach and this, and this, I always like to say, MOA might make your stomach feel a little better. So specifically because all the mushrooms will help stomach. So gut, heart, immune system, blood pressure, and regulating blood sugar. And that'll be another one you'll notice with blood sugar. The cordyceps, I love all the pictures of them. This one is the one that can actually, they say, help with maybe some exercise performance, and with VO2 max, obviously inflammation, heart health, and this is the big anti-ager. And obviously, this is the one that can be helped with libido as well. This is the one that makes MOA a non-vegan product. So when people say is MOA vegan, it is not, is because this little mushroom feeds on insects. And so vegans will be picky about that. And whatever a mushroom feeds on, that actually gets into the product. So this makes this one a non-vegan product because of this little guy right here. The shiitake is going to be like a little button mushroom, and this one's going to be good for cholesterol, brain function again, and inflammation. The agaricus is another button. They say this one is good for bone health, circulation, and notice we have more digestion. And this one's also good for that emotional stress. So again, I love that they're very universal across the board. Most of them with the brain, the digestion, and of course inflammation. This is my favorite mushroom of them all, because this is the biggest anti-aging one. This is the one that grows on trees, and the live tree. Most of them grow on decomposing things. This one grows on live trees, and they say this one is more of like the most well-rounded of the mushrooms. So it's going to hit a little bit of everything, but this one is really good for stress, relaxation, overall wellness, and it's a huge, huge anti-inflammatory. But in China, they use this one as the anti-ager. And then our Maake 404, we use this one. This is actually a patented one. That is grown on purple corn in, I believe, Japan. And so it pulls up a lot of phytonutrients that the purple corn gives. And this one is really good for the gut, the immune system. And then I think pound for pound, we say this mushroom is more expensive than gold. So I think that is why it's called the Maake 404 Gold. So those are all the mushrooms that are in our pouch. I have to say, this has been one of my favorite products we've had and that I use daily. Can y'all see me again?
No, your camera's turned off.
Okay, I'm coming back.
There you are.
Okay, I'm back. This is been one of my favorite products I use daily. Um, I do think it is super universal for everybody, um, for inflammation, for digestion. But I have to say, I obviously use it in performance world. So if you have people who are exercisers and they're trying to get inflammation out, this is a great one to have them implement just to get their soreness and recovery out. So if you've started a new fitness program the first of the year and you're sore, you can double up on this one and it will absolutely help speed up some of that recovery time. Or if you just feel like you're swollen or you're achy, this is one, again, we don't heal, treat, cure, diagnose anything, but this is absolutely one that can help with, I believe, some of that inflammation. So that is MOA. If you've not tried it, I highly recommend it unless you're allergic to mushrooms.